Hello, and welcome to Reality Stitches.
Where reality TV meets cross stitch.
I'm
And I'm Barbara, stitching with Grammy, and guess what? We're together. We are live. Well, we went live earlier watching the Thursday night live eviction of Big Brother. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But I was at a quilting retreat in Madison, and so I came to see Neil here in Milwaukee.
we're recording from Milwaukee, which is really exciting. Yeah, if you're just an audio listener, Barbara and I are in the same room. We're on the same camera. So
Yes. So you need to go to YouTube and check us out in the same room.
yeah.
Normally, he's here in Milwaukee, and I am in the middle of the mitten in Michigan. So I am here across the big lake, one of them, Lake Michigan. I could swim right across Lake Michigan, and I don't know where we would hit, probably Grand Rapids or so, somewhere above north of Grand Rapids.
I have no idea. Lake
Yeah.
Michigan is like an ocean to me.
Yes, that's my favorite lake. But I like the Michigan side because you get the sunsets. So I was thinking about
Oh.
tomorrow morning going to the lake to see the sun rise on this side.
Oh, that would be lovely.
One of these days I want to be here, watch the sunrise, and then drive all the way around and watch the sunset.
That would be really cool.
It'd be a fun trip.
Yeah.
We sometimes we have done that in Michigan. If you go to Lake Huron, you can watch the sunrise and then drive all the way across the state of Michigan to Lake Michigan and you can see the sunset.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I did that with my oldest son when he was little.
Nice. Well, you should totally do that in the morning to watch
I
the
should,
sunrise.
but that would mean I'd have to get up early. What time does the sun rise here?
I have no idea.
Me neither.
I'm not
Probably
a
too early. Checkout's not till about 11.
Yeah. So, what did you think about week 3 of Big Brother?
Well, full disclosure, I had to watch it on the replay on my DVR portable iPad Xfinity streaming, and I was half asleep when I was watching it because I was in the hotel room trying to be quiet so my roommate could get some sleep, but I had to keep up with Big Brother. But it was pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
I guess each week is kind of defined, I guess, by who's head of household. So
Right.
this week was Lauren's head of household week, and
You know, I had high hopes for Lauren when she won the head of household, which we'll talk about how she won and what the whole thing was. You saw clips of her saying hers was going to be different. She was going to do better. She was going to be her own player and not list. And she nominated the exact same people who the other head of households had nominated. She didn't do her own game at all. She did Vince's and Jimmy's. I'm like, who else was head of household?
yeah, she didn't do anything new.
She didn't. Even her renom.
Even her
Even her renomination was the same as before. I don't get it. That's not playing your own game. That's playing the same game everyone else has played.
Yeah, I think her head of household was underwhelming.
Very much so.
Nothing like significant really happened, ex- except for the crack, I think, between Morgan and Mick.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that because it's cracking.
Yeah, so we start Sunday night's episode 9, with the aftermath of the eviction, which of course
Lots of
Amy
tears.
was evicted last week.
Right.
And she lost to Will 0-13. And
Will, according to Will, they love Pop. They love old Pop Pop, is what he said. So he was convinced that the whole house loved him, and he was walking on cloud 9.
right, I don't remember. Everyone is just so emotional. Who was crying then? I've got golly the tears.
Right. It was
Every week.
yes. So in the bathroom was Rachel,
Oh,
Mickey,
right. All
Morgan,
the girls.
and Ashley. I think it was the four
Yes.
of them. And they were crying, and Rachel was about to like totally throw in the towel and give up. I used to be able to do this so well, and I can't even play this game anymore. Why am I doing this? And I'm like,
Right, yeah.
Rachel, slap. I wanted to
Get it
knock
together.
it out of her.
Yeah, that's not how you win Big Brother a few
Yes.
times.
I grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, because Keanu last week won the veto. Well, Casey won the veto for him.
Right.
And so, anyways, I don't exactly remember. I think that's what he was talking about when he said this, but he said this was a critical success.
Yes.
And so in D&D, when you have a 20-sided die, if you hit a 1, that's a critical miss. And if you hit
Oh.
a 20, that's a critical hit. So, like, if
Oh.
it's the 20, it means you automatically hit. And if you get a miss, then it's like you automatically. It's like the two extremes, right? So when
Gotcha.
he said this is a critical success, that was a D&D reference, is what he was doing, which I thought was really fun.
Yeah, that went right over my head because
Yeah.
I've never even played or watched D&D be played.
Right,
Never.
yeah. It's because he's a dungeon master. So,
Yeah.
so I just thought that was
Yeah.
funny. I don't remember what it was in reference to.
Yeah, well, maybe it was when him and Adrian were in the storage room, and he was like, "Bro," and they were slapping each other up.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
high
They
five.
both made it through.
Yeah, because they got off the block and didn't go home, and
There's a
oh,
big tow truck out.
there. Okay, in my hotel room, we're looking out the window, and this car carrier that has like, 6 or 8 cars on it goes by, but where it is, we'd seen the front of the truck go by, so all we could see are the cars on the top going by the window. I'm like, what in the heck? Okay, excuse us for a moment as we regather ourselves. But anyway, they were like, broing each other up, and Adrian, you can hear him say in the like confession room later, diary room, that they're not working together. They're not going to work together. What does he think? We're not working together,
Oh yeah, he was like, I don't want to be associated with Keanu. Everybody wants him out.
right? Yeah.
So yeah, we also see. Well, we see in the show. I don't think this is when it happened, but they finally show us the final two between Ava and Rachel.
Yes. If you guys had a chance to watch the Friday episode with Derek and Taylor, um, it was kind of an interesting show. But they showed where Rachel and Ava are talking, and Rachel makes a final two with her. And she's like, "What? Me? Who? Me?" And Ava was like, "A deer in headlights." And she's like, "Well, yeah." And then Jimmy walks in the door and about ruins the whole thing. And you can see how Ava gets really awkward and like she's gonna say something, but she's so awkward. She's so quirky.
Yeah, yeah. And then at some point, right after this, Rachel is addressing the audience. And several people did this week, and I assume they're doing it the whole time. Like they're just starting to show us where they're thinking out loud and kind of like explaining themselves and their thought processes, and there's just them alone, aloud in the
Yes.
room. And then I like when they choose to show us that stuff.
Yep. They do it. They did it tonight with
With
Morgan, and
Morgan and
when she was
Jen, yeah.
boxing. Oh my gosh, that girl was boxing. She put the gloves on tonight. Literally boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I thought was interesting right after that in the aftermath of the eviction was Jimmy going around trying to do damage control.
Oh yeah. I was like, there's no way you're going to get Morgan and Nick to
Mm-mm.
trust you again.
Nope.
Like,
Neither one. We didn't want her to go home. We didn't want her to go home. And so, he just kept on and on. It's okay. This is going to happen in the game. It's all part of the game. You're going to be okay. I'm like, someone tell him to go sit down
I
somewhere.
know, yeah. Jimmy's full of himself.
Yeah, he is very full of himself.
Yeah. So we get to the HOH challenge, and
What are your thoughts on the HOH challenge?
this was the twin witness news.
Yep.
First, did you notice that everyone was wearing pink and black except for Rachel? She was wearing green. Everyone else was wearing pink
I
and
did not
black.
notice that.
Yeah, they coordinate a lot.
I did
which
not
is really
notice that.
funny.
Yeah.
It was just really noticeable because Rachel was wearing like a bright deep green,
Huh.
and everyone else was kind of coordinated.
That's funny.
None of that's important, but okay. So the twins are like,
Annoying.
yeah, they're like performing this monologue together, kind of together, and it's long.
And
It is a
these,
long ass monologue.
right, and these, if you guys are familiar, these are the twins that were in season 17 where
Oh,
Liz, yeah, these are the girls. Liz came in first as the contestant, but little did they know her and her sister Julia, twin sister, would switch places throughout the season and no one would know.
that's wild.
It was crazy. And they didn't watch each other. So that it wasn't like one of the twins was sitting back at a camera watching what the other twin was doing and then could come in and pick right up. They had their own. It was crazy. It was so crazy. I don't remember them other than when they were like changing clothes, really
Mm-mm.
getting to talk about. Maybe they didn't, I don't remember, but I don't think they did. They didn't have time to say, okay, when you talk to so and so, say this.
You're in these alliances.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, no. And it's crazy. And I think one of them was getting into a showman's, if I remember correctly. You got to go watch like season 17. I might go rewatch it now.
That's
And
funny.
that might be why they're bringing all these former house guests back. So then you ask questions and, we're just going to unplug the headphones. um, so you're just, maybe that's why they're doing it because they want you to go back and watch previous seasons. Maybe that's why they're having these house guests come back and be part of the competitions.
I mean, yeah, probably. It
Yeah.
definitely makes me want to go watch the twin season.
Oh, season 17, it was hilarious. And they did pot ball. They called it pot ball. And they showed more stuff of them doing activities in the house to not be bored out of their gourds. But they would take a soup pot and put it on the floor, and I forget what it was that they would throw in it. And they made their own version of a cornhole game. And that season, it was so cool. It
That's
was really
fun.
cool. Sometimes outside, people will make games that they play outside,
Hmm.
like tossing towels or something. Because they're bored. They're in this 24/7 with these same people. No pens, no pencils, no cards, no Wi Fi, no phone, no internet, nothing.
Right.
So they got to find something to do.
Right. Yeah.
So, anyway, the twins. And I don't know if you guys remember how annoying their voice is. Well, it's
Yeah.
both of them, and they're talking like, "Oh, we just saw a crash." I look to my right, I look to my left. They go through this big story, and
And then
then it
they
was
get.
a true or false statement. In the story, the dad had on purple pants. Were they spotted or whatever? What did the girls say? And then they say, "Did they say this?" And you had to say true or false. And if you were wrong, you were eliminated.
Yeah. And so there's two rounds. So we had to listen to two very long monologues.
Mm,
They were just like ridiculously long. Like they did not
right.
need to be that long to serve the purpose, I think, of the challenge.
But I think they did that to confuse people because they said there were 45 spots on his shorts that the dad was wearing. And we gave it to him on his 54th birthday. And then they're saying numbers and they're saying details to confuse you. And then they didn't even ask about the numbers. That was
Right.
not one of the questions. And you're
Yeah.
remembering the numbers, but you didn't hear that they said polka dotted or spotted shorts. It confused you.
Right. I still think they were too long.
Yeah, especially with how annoying the girls' voices are.
Yeah, yeah. And also like Jimmy must have said this in the like in a confessional during this challenge. Jimmy, I think maybe it was when he was maybe eliminated. I wrote down that Jimmy is delusional, thinking that he is the most trustworthy in this house.
Right,
Like,
right.
why does he think he's trustworthy? I didn't exactly write down what he said.
Yeah,
But
and I said, ask the girls about that.
yeah,
And the
yeah.
thing I thought was hilarious during that competition, Vince gets voted out or, eliminated. He gets the wrong answer. And he comes and sits next to Will and he leans over to Will and he goes, "That's so much easier from my couch."
Yeah. For sure. People say that about Survivor all the time,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's like a huge thing they talk about is, well, get off your couch and come do it yourself.
right. Yeah, and then poor Ava was humiliated because there was a one round of questions and everybody was right except for Ava. So she had to go sit down and she was kind of embarrassed. I'm the only one that got it wrong.
I mean,
She
I
said,
agreed with her. I thought what she had was true, and I was like, oh, Ava's gonna be the only one to get it right. And
yes, it was the
then I was wrong.
opposite.
But
Yeah, yeah. And so then they had the second scenario that the girls had to tell us about. And everybody was out. In that last question, at the last second, Mickey changed her mind and she turned it from true to false. And false was the correct answer.
Mhm.
So it was down to Mickey and Lauren. And had she not done that, Lauren would have won without having to
Right,
hear
round
the
one, yeah.
second round. But it was down to Mickey and Lauren got it.
Yeah, and Lauren won. And I wrote down, I was like, we haven't seen Lauren talk to anyone really besides Catherine. And so I wrote down, I was like, and Zach, she's talked to Zach because Zach likes her.
Right,
And so I was like, those are like her only allies. And I was like, so everybody is going to be trying to talk to her this week because she's not really talked to anybody else, I
right.
feel like. At least not that we've seen.
Right. And then all of a sudden, boom, they show her and Vince all chummy chummy jumping up and down, and they reveal that they've been getting very close and they have a final two.
Right.
I'm like, who does Vince not have a final two with?
Yeah. This episode especially, I mean, well, I think it's the next episode about Vince, but I don't know. I went back and forth with Lauren this week because it's like part of it was like does Lauren really have an original thought at all? And then I don't know, sometimes I thought people were like being kind of rude about it. Like I think people think Lauren is kind of ditzy, which I don't think she's ditzy, but I think at the culmination of her week I'm kind of like I don't really think you
Mm-mm.
had
She's
any of your own strategy in this.
no. She said at the beginning, I'm not playing Cat's game. I can make my own decisions and I'm going to play my way. No, you didn't. You followed everybody else's way,
Yeah.
you know?
And you followed
So,
what the house wanted,
yep.
So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, but there was like Mickey talked to Lauren, and then, or maybe she was, oh no, Mickey was going around saying, like, this is the worst person who could have gotten HOH. And she was talking to Jimmy, and she said something, and she was basically calling Lauren dumb. She made some sort of facial expression and, like, kind of noise and it really just like rubbed me the wrong way. I was just like, that's really not a nice way to talk
Right.
about someone.
And
And
they were so sure. I don't know why Mickey and Ashley were so worried about being put up. They weren't even discussed as being put up.
yeah, I have
Ashley
no
was a
idea.
little, but not. She thinks that they're mad at her. Kat is mad at Ashley because of the whole showergate thing.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
Right. So that's why they panicked, thinking that Ashley was going to go on the block because Kat was going to tell Lauren to do that. And
Also,
so they
Kat
were all
didn't really
riled
care
up.
about the shower stuff.
Right. I don't know why. There must be stuff has happened that we don't see because we're not
Right,
watching live feeds yet. So,
right. And then we have girls yoga, which was fucking hilarious. Ashley
oh,
is not graceful with her body
not
in
at
yoga.
all. She could not point her toe and straighten her leg to save her life.
No, that was a really funny little scene that they gave us.
And I've never done yoga, and I think I could probably do a better job than Ashley.
I couldn't, but it still was really funny. Um, And then we get another funny scene with Ava, Vinny, and Morgan talking about the pizza pie.
Yes, yes, that was hilarious. You're gonna, and the way Ava was like, he's Italian. He's gonna lose his Italian card because he doesn't call it a pie. Do you guys call it a pizza pie?
I've heard it called a pizza pie, but like I've not heard anyone just call it a pie.
No, not at all.
It's generally called pizza, Ava.
Exactly. In this country anyway,
Yeah.
So when they were all worried about who Lauren was gonna put up, why was Morgan worried?
I have no idea.
When they were in that little room, chat room, whatever it is, where the big couch is along the back of the wall and they congregate in there, Morgan was like, I know I'm going up. I know I'm going up. Why?
I had no idea.
Why did she go up? Everybody loves her. What? I don't get it. I was missing something.
Yeah, I don't know. And then this is when people started coming into the HOH room to talk to Lauren for one-on-ones. Keanu was first, and I was so angry
Oh,
that Lauren just completely ignored him. And it wasn't just
yes.
Keanu, but Keanu was the first one, and she just watched the monitor.
And
And she would not look at him in the eyes.
yeah, she didn't want to like give her poker face away. She must not be able to lie to somebody. So to avoid lying to somebody, she just didn't look at them. Like we're talking and I'm not looking. She was staring at the big screen TV in the head of household room
Yeah.
at the dining room, and there wasn't a soul in the dining room. And Keanu's like, what are you looking at? There was no one in the room. And he's like, okay, come here. And he moves to the end of the bed to try to get her eye contact. Nothing happening.
Yeah, it was extremely disrespectful, and it made me very angry.
Yeah, and then I noticed when the girls, Ashley and Mickey, were in there, she started doing that too, and they went and got with her and had her turn away from the TV to talk to them. Did you notice that? So, Mickey was on the back of the bed and
Hmm.
Ashley was more on the side, so she couldn't watch the TV. She kind of had to turn around
Yeah,
because it would have been way obvious if she didn't. So that was
right.
smart of Mickey to do that.
Yeah. And so then we see Ashley and Lauren, and Lauren was whispering like this whole time. Like, can you hear in the hallway? Like, why was she? It was like just her and Ashley, and she was just like whispering.
Oh yeah, sometimes if people are out in the hallway or they're on the door listening, yeah, people try to listen.
Okay, yeah. And then yeah, and then Mickey was kind of debating whether or not she would use her power. I didn't think she needed to. I didn't know why she was even considering it because again, like at least to us it didn't seem like she was in any trouble. So, and then we get this moment where Kelly comes in and says, "Do you want a bean and cheese sandwich?" And I've never heard of beans and cheese on a sandwich. Maybe like a bean and cheese burrito.
I've had beans on toast. That's a British
Sure.
thing, but
Okay.
not cheese. You don't put cheese on it.
Yeah, I've never seen. Well, I guess they really wanted bread, so I guess they got bread and then they started putting everything on it.
It's what my dad used to call a jam sandwich was anything you can jam between
With
two pieces of bread.
well, actually, I don't know why. I think I'm thinking about it weird because it's she called it a bean and cheese sandwich, which just sounds funny. I eat tortas all the time, which is beans and cheese and like lettuce and I don't. I've had bean and cheese sandwiches. I just don't call them sandwiches. I call them tortas. So
Gotcha.
I don't know why I'm being weird about it. It just sounded funny. A bean and cheese sandwich just sounds silly to me. So yeah, then Kelly offered herself up as a pawn again.
Again, she said she wanted to build her resume. Week 3, she's got 3 times she's done it.
I feel like building your resume would be like what you do as a head of household,
Hmm.
and like
They
like
count like,
winning comps maybe for someone else. Not necessarily like getting yourself off the block, but like getting other people off the block maybe.
hmm
I don't know. Just like I mean, also don't know. I haven't seen the show before,
Yeah,
but
it's all of the above. Whatever you can do is, when you go to sell yourself to get the money at the end, if you're in the final two, that's all part of a resume. But I usually you see it further in the season, not the first 3 weeks. The
yeah,
same person volunteering to go up as a pawn.
yeah, I wouldn't be doing that for
No.
sure.
But hey, it's working for her. Let's see how long she can keep it up.
I know, my goodness. And then we have Lauren and Adrian, and yeah, I was like, I don't like the move. She was like, I'm gonna put up. I think she said this about Will and Adrian. She was like, I want to put up people like I know that they won't be voted off because they're so well liked. And
Right.
it's like I don't feel like that's how you should decide who goes up on the block. Like you
No.
should be deciding who's a threat and who you want to get out because they're a threat.
Exactly. That's who you're supposed to be putting up.
Right. So it like
So I guess what she's saying is Keanu's a given. Everyone wants him gone. So if you put somebody else up that everybody likes, you know for sure they're going to vote Keanu out.
right, but why wouldn't you put all three threats?
Right, exactly. So that if
So
he
that if they
doesn't,
get off the block,
right, you still
like
got somebody big to go out. You're right.
yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if any of y'all have watched Destination X. No, no spoilers because Barbara's not caught up.
I haven't watched the rest of it, but it is a good show.
But that show is good at, I would say, recognizing threats. Whereas, like, this game is like Big Brother, they're like recognizing threats, but no one's making moves against them.
Not yet.
Not
No.
yet. And I just think that's a mistake.
Yep, they're playing too safe right now. I
I
don't
can
know why.
understand, like, maybe the first week, like Vince's head of household week, like, sure, it's week one, you're still getting to know everyone, like,
Right.
that kind of makes sense, but, like, I think week two, you can start making some moves.
Right.
Week three, you definitely shouldn't just only put up people that have already been on the block, like,
You know who I want to get head of household this week?
him.
Keanu. He would.
Well, yeah,
Oh my
head of
gosh, he
household.
would. Heads would roll.
Yeah.
Jimmy,
Rachel?
although they kind of like smooth things
Well,
out
he
sometimes.
took both of them
Yes, he took both of them
to the
to
movie.
the reward thing.
Yeah. So this is basically the end of episode 9. We have the nom ceremony, and Lauren puts up Keanu, Kelly, and Will.
Mhm.
And what did I write here? Carrie is very. I must not have finished something. Anyways, that's who the nominations are: Keanu, Kelly, and Will. And so then we head into episode 10, which is the aftermath after the nomination ceremony, and Will is angry.
Yeah, he is.
He is so mad. And honestly, I agree with him. He was
Right.
like, your reasons are not justified.
Right.
Your reasons are stupid.
He was so mad. And she was trying to be so sweet and tell him, okay. And he's like, I ain't buying it. That is no reason for me to go up. That is
It,
not a reason.
it wasn't. She was like, I like you so much, I would never want to put you on the block. And he's like, well, you fucking put me on the block.
You
What do you
just
mean?
did.
If you
Well,
never wanted to put me on the block, then why the fuck am I here? Like, I totally agreed with Will on this. And so,
right.
first we see Ava, Will, and Ashley kind of talking about it. Then we go into the HOH room and see the cute little conversation about Ava, who would your showmance be if like you were single?
Right.
And she said it would be Rachel. And what was the quote she said about
She's not just a mom, she's a mother.
yeah, she's mother. Yes, which was so cute.
Yeah, she was talking about all the guys and how she did or didn't think they were cute or wouldn't be her showmance, and it was cute. It was
Yeah,
really funny.
that was a cute conversation. And then we get another really funny Rachel Jimmy outfit moment.
Yes.
And it's just so funny because Rachel was like, well, the first time I wore this in 2014, and I was like, 11 years ago? Like, yeah, maybe it doesn't hit the same, Rachel. Like, the top looked cute, but the whole outfit was kind of
And then
a lot.
she had Jimmy hold up a black curtain so she could change in the corner, and she put this gold, like lame, bright, sparkly skirt on with that top that was kind of cute.
The
But
top was cute. It did not.
mm-mm,
The
mm.
skirt was a bit much, and
Yeah, no, that outfit was not outfitting at all.
it was not. You're so right. I think it would have been cute with like even just jeans.
Right,
Like a cute pair of
right.
like dark wash jeans,
Yeah,
like and some heels. I think that would have been adorable. The top
yeah.
was cute, but the top with the skirt was kind of gaudy.
Very much so. Yeah, it was too much to look at top and too much. You need something more subtle on the bottom.
Yeah, for sure. And then we kind of get like a kind of just people talking about well who goes up if somebody takes themselves off the block, and I just don't know why people aren't automatically thinking about like alternates. Like okay,
Right.
they put so much thought into like the noms, which I guess you should because you do have to put those up first, but you should automatically be thinking like chess, right? Like
You should
three,
always
four,
be.
5 steps ahead.
Exactly, exactly. I don't think they're at that point yet.
No, I don't think they are either. I'm just like,
And you would think that the ones that are the super fans
would
would
be.
be knowing, oh, this is what I gotta do now. But
Right. Well, I'm gonna
maybe
put this
they're
person
just
on. Yeah.
not getting their chance up to bat yet. And we're gonna see it.
Right. Yeah. And this is where Adrian and Keanu come together, and Adrian's like, I don't want to be seen with him.
Right? Right.
And then this Keanu was kind of like begging people, like, hey, in the veto competition, if you get
Right.
pulled,
Right.
will you play for me? And everyone's like,
No,
no.
I won't.
And I was like, yeah, no one's giving the veto to Keanu. Like
No.
he's public enemy number one in this house right now. And even if people do like Keanu, they still are like cautious about being seen with him and being seen as an ally of his.
Right.
Like, like Vince, who likes Keanu and wants to work with him and is working with him. But he was also like, well, I don't want other people to know
Right.
that.
Yeah. It's on the down low.
Yeah, and then we get a silly little clip of Ashley not knowing who Clark Kent is.
Yes. How could she not know who Clark?
I know, Will was like, she's smart. What, this is a normal thing to know.
Right.
Just like a random pop culture thing that
Exactly.
missed her. And then we start talking about the love triangle, which it's not a triangle because it doesn't connect.
No.
But Vince puts it the best. Morgan likes Zach. Zach likes Lauren. And Lauren just wants to play Big Brother.
Right.
So what's interesting is at least we haven't seen anyone get friend zoned yet, but we've seen them talk about it in the confessionals, where
Right.
Zach's told in the diary room, Morgan is a great friend. And then we've seen Lauren say, Zach is just a great friend.
Friend.
But I don't think have told the other people. And there was a
Right.
montage of like Zach and Morgan's conversations. And Zach was like, oh, I don't, he was talking to someone else. And he was like, well, I definitely don't want to lead her on. He's definitely leading her on.
Right.
There were receipts.
Yes.
He's constantly flirting with her.
Right.
And it's like, I get it, like in the beginning, like you're flirting and you like don't really know, and there's like potential. But he's like to the point now where he knows he's not interested in her that way, and he's not portraying that.
No. No.
And I think that's rude.
Yes. It is. And that's going to be another thing that's going to set Morgan off and get the boxing gloves out more.
Yeah, people should be afraid of Morgan.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she's going to be a
She's a
real fire
she's a
when.
badass.
Yeah, yeah,
After
she
seeing her
is.
with those gloves on, ooh,
She's ready to fight.
yes.
She's going to rally for
She is
sure.
so mad at Mickey. Ooh.
I don't, yeah, yeah. And then we see a conversation between Kelly and Vince, and Kelly's just like, I just think she's also a little delusional, thinking that if it was her, she was like, well, I could beat Will or Adrian. And I was like, could you? Like, I don't really think that you. Definitely not against Will. I don't think.
That's what Amy thought too, and she went out. Remember?
Oh, that she thought that she could beat Will.
Right. No, the competition, the three of them that did the competition, the
Oh.
thumbprint.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
she thought that too, but you know,
Yeah. Well, I
she
mean,
didn't.
I just. Well, no. Kelly was talking about in a vote,
Oh, oh, I thought you meant in a
like
competition. Okay,
in
yeah.
like on the block, like in eviction,
Oh,
like that she could win
oh,
against Will or Adrian, and I was like,
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
No, because she's winning. They haven't won anything. Kelly's
Right.
winning everything.
Yeah, no one's
She's,
gonna want to keep her. She's an
yeah,
act. She's a
she's
threat in that way, you
she's
know.
putting a bigger, bigger, bigger target each week that she volunteers and pulls herself off and wins the BB, whatever. She's putting a bigger and bigger target on her back.
Yeah, and maybe she meant the other thing, and I just misunderstood it. But I don't know. Like Kelly's an interesting one.
Yeah.
I get more and more indifferent on her. I really liked her in the beginning, and I
Oh,
definitely like her a lot less
mm,
now. I don't
yeah.
dislike her yet, but
Yeah. She
um,
needs to reel that in a little bit, or it's going to come back to bite her, I think.
yeah, yeah, I think so too. And then we start getting the montage of Vince promising everyone that he is playing for them.
Exactly.
He promises Keanu, he promises Lauren that he won't pull anybody off.
Hmm.
And then he promises Kelly. He promises literally every single person.
And that's great if you can get to the end without all of those people discussing,
Yeah,
oh, Vince said this to me. What? He said this to me. It will come back to bite him. It has happened in other seasons. It
yeah,
will happen if he's not careful.
yeah. I was just like, why is he being so risky? Like, why? He was like, I can't stop saying no. He's like, I can't say no to anyone. And I'm like,
Right.
this
That's,
is really risky for you to do because
yeah.
if he did, well, this was even before he got pulled. And then he ends up getting pulled to play the veto competition. And it's like, now you're in a position, well, if I win, I'm fucked.
Right. So that's when you throw it.
Yeah.
You make all the
Yeah.
promises, and then when it comes down to it, you throw the competition so you don't win, so you don't have to do what you said you would do.
Right. Yeah.
I was going to do it, but I didn't win.
Yeah. And it's just that section of the show was so funny because it was just like back to back Vince promising people
Right.
things. And I was just like, these montages are wild. Like,
Right. It's
it was just
hilarious.
so funny. And then I was like, Vince should throw the competition.
Uh-huh.
That's the only option.
Right.
His only option is to throw the competition.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then this is when Vince talks to the camera in the kitchen. And or in sunroom. It might not have been the kitchen.
Probably the storage room.
Yeah, and he was it was just really funny. And then we get the Bad Guys 2
Yeah.
promo. And I like kind of introducing the veto competition, which was like or the well not the competition, but like moving into the veto meeting.
Right.
Was super cute way to promote the movie and
Right.
it was just like it's just interesting to see like film and reality television collide
Hmm.
because I think people give so much prestige to like film and like A movie stars.
Hmm.
Whereas like they definitely view like reality stars more of like C-list kind of
Right.
television and which I don't think is the case. I think
Mm-mm.
reality stars are just as talented, as like
Exactly.
the A-list stars. And so when they come together like this, oh, it just makes me so happy.
And you know what really tickled me about the whole veto competition and winning that was Rachel. How excited she was for Mr. Wolf. She
Yeah.
hugged him like 4 times.
She really was legit excited.
She was, and I
Yeah,
don't know if it's because her kids
I think so.
liked the first movie so much. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. And so we go into the veto meeting and
Ooh, excuse me. I've been up too late stitching too often all weekend, sewing, quilting.
yeah. And so we go into the veto meeting and it's Vince gets pulled, and then Will gets pulled, but chooses Ashley to play for him. And it's this cute little like laser maze obstacle course, and they have to like get through the lasers, get a MacGuffin, which is this like large crystal, and then take the crystal back to the safe, like back through the lasers. And if they hit the lasers, they have to start over from the beginning, and or like go back to the checkpoint or whatever. And y'all, this crystal
Huge.
was ginormous. The first time, like, every single one of them saw it, I mean, the crystal was, like, bigger than they were.
Right.
I mean, that crystal was, I wouldn't have been able to lift it. Like, I would have been like, this, can I just stop? Can I give up? Like, there's no way I'm physically lifting this over lasers. Like,
Yeah,
there's no way.
a lot of the competitions they put a time limit on it.
Okay, yeah.
So if you're not done in, I think it's 25. If you're not done in 25 minutes, the buzzer sounds you're done.
Yeah, I was like, we'd be there till
Yep.
forever. I would never finish that competition. So, and that watching that competition was pretty funny. Watching them try to
Yep.
do that.
They've done the laser quite a bit. Each like set design is different. Each
Mhm.
concept is different, but it still involves stepping and going under and
Yeah, and it was cute to pair it with the bad guys.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like as a heist type thing. I think that made a lot of sense. And so yeah, that was the and then Vince was like waste like when we see Vince start, he like goes in, there's like a statue there, and he like starts playing like rock paper scissors with the statue, and I was like, Vince, what are you doing? And then I was like, why is he wasting so much time? And then I was like, because he has to waste time. He cannot win this. I was like, I'm glad that he realized that
Yes.
that's what he needed to do. And then, this challenge to me didn't even seem realistic.
Mhm.
Like, I really couldn't have done it.
No.
And so I'm just like,
And even when they were showing Keanu is big, muscular dude
right.
crawling on the floor. How's
Yeah.
he gonna get under those lasers? I mean,
Yeah, I have no idea.
some of it, like on Survivor, they put your, like, if you have to stand and hold a pole for so long, they put your foot pedestal, they don't have it the same distance for everybody. They take your height into consideration.
Mhm.
So everybody's arms reached at the same level. So your foot peg might be here and mine might be here because I'm taller and I got longer arms or whatever.
Right.
I don't know if they do that in Big Brother. I don't know if your inseam, your step is bigger than mine. I'm just a short little petite girl. Is my laser going to be at the same height as your laser that you got to step over? That's not
Right.
fair,
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know if they adjust the. I don't think they do. The Big Brother competitions aren't adjusted like Survivor's is.
Yeah,
So that's interesting.
yeah. And so from watching the cut of them doing this challenge, I had no idea where anybody was in time.
No, I didn't either.
I had no idea who had done it in a little time or too much time. So then we get the countdown to who, is the top three. Vince comes in third at 10 minutes and 1 second. Lauren comes in second at 7:22. And Keanu wins
Pulls out the W again.
at 6:54. I was like,
I was shocked because they were showing
jaw dropped.
Yep.
Jaw dropped. Literally, I wrote that down in all
Yes,
caps.
you did. It's they showed him getting the buzzer eliminate. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Having to start over. They showed him the most having to start over.
Yeah.
So in your mind, you would think, oh well, for sure he's out. He lost because look at how many times he had to start over.
Yeah.
And then little do we know he won.
Right. Yeah. Wild. Wild that he won. And so now Kelly and Adrian are talking, and they're like, this is where Adrian says, I thought this was going to be an easy week.
Right.
Where I ask the question, what even is that? What is week.
Right. It's all going to be hard and challenging, and you're going to have to put people up and you're going to have to vote people out. It's never going to be easy.
It's never
They're
going to
not
be
on
easy.
vacation, people.
I know. Everyone's like, I just want my head of household to go smoothly. And it's like, I don't I don't know in what world that ever happens.
CBS does not want that to happen.
Exactly. Um yeah, exactly. Um so then let's see. And then I just kind of noticed like a lot of people like Rachel wasn't in like these episodes all that much and like Riley and Catherine were kind of gone.
Yeah, Riley doesn't, other than the voting booth, when he puts his vote in there, you don't really see a
We
whole
don't
lot of
see him.
Riley at all.
We haven't seen much of him since like episode 1 when people thought he was the accomplice. Like,
Yeah, and then Catherine, when her and Lauren were talking, and
yeah,
and then in the diary room, she's like, I don't want to work with her, but I like her. She's a nice person.
right,
Yeah, so then they really didn't show much of Catherine either.
right.
Maybe they're out showmancing and we just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, but I'm not sure. And then we kind of get this like montage of Vince and Lauren talking, and like Rachel keeps barging in on them trying to just clean the house. And I'm like, is Rachel the only one cleaning? Like,
Yes.
we've kind of seen her cleaning a lot throughout the last couple weeks, and like,
Right.
no one else is ever cleaning.
Well, that might be part of her strategy because, oh, if we get rid of Rachel, we're going to have to sweep the floors.
Yeah.
They had, I don't know what season it was, but there was somebody who cooked up a storm in that Big Brother house, fed everyone. She stayed quite a far way into the season because of that.
Yeah.
So
definitely good strategy.
yeah, if Rachel's cleaning can keep her longer, it might be working for her.
Yeah. And so then Mr. Wolf shows up, which was super adorable, and Keanu chooses Rachel, Jimmy, and Ava to watch Bad Guys 2 with him.
Wasn't she the cutest? She was sitting closer up further on the bed, the foot of the bed, and the other three were kind of behind her, and they were all watching the movie, and they had tons of popcorn and candy and all sorts of stuff. And she just looked, I mean, Rachel was beaming. She was the most happy, but Ava would just look like a little kid. Oh, I'm at the movies with my mom and dad.
Yeah, it did
was
seem
so
like
cute.
that.
It was so cute.
Yeah, I didn't think we needed to like watch them watch parts of the movie. I think I could have done with like just them starting the movie and then them ending the movie.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just because like I've seen the promo a lot and they showed bits that are also in the trailer. So I was like, well, if you're gonna put it in the show, like give us something new. Yeah, give us a sneak peek.
Sneak peek of what's gonna be.
Yeah. And then this is when they started like kind of throwing around Adrian, being a renom and or Adrian or Ashley is kind of where they
right.
And then I kind of left that episode with Laura. She put up Adrian as the
renom.
As the renom. And I wrote Lauren really doesn't have any original thoughts.
No. Not at all. And by the end of that episode, I was like, that was a waste of an hour. A waste of an HOH.
A waste of an HOH. Yeah. For real. And then we get into episode 11, which we just watched tonight. And so I didn't make any notes. But it was, the kind of the aftermath of the veto competition. And then getting ready for the baby blockbuster
and then we see that Morgan, Zach, and Vince have an alliance that they're trying to put together.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Morgan then goes to Mickey and says, "Hey Mickey, we haven't been able to pull you with us, but Morgan, Zach, and Vince and I, you know, that was this Morgan talking. We're talking about a 3 and we want you to be our 4th one." But instead of her saying, yeah, let's go get him, let's talk about it, let's make this 4 deal, make a new alliance and not have Jimmy, Vince, Zach, Morgan, and Mickey. Mickey gets all butthurt about it and decides, oh, I can't trust Morgan anymore. So what does she do? She then goes and tells Adrian all
Michelle's
about it, who then goes and tells Morgan that and
tells Vince.
he told all three of them, didn't he? Zach?
I don't know. He told, yeah.
Yeah, so he's saying, oh, Mickey's going around saying that you're doing this, this, and this to all three of them. And so now Morgan is furious with Mickey. Mickey doesn't trust her. So Morgan goes into the workout room, the gym, and they have a punching bag. And she puts on the boxing gloves and laces them up. And she just starts beating on that thing.
Yeah.
She's a badass. She really is. So I'm looking forward to finding out if those two are going to bury their differences and get back on the same page and get with Zach and Vince and the four of them run.
Right.
That'd be nice, but I don't know.
I don't know
I
either.
think they're Splitsville.
Yeah, I don't.
And so then after that, we had
the Blockbuster.
the BB Blockbuster, and it was really cool. It was two rooms that were basically set up to look the same. There was a divider in the middle, and then they had to run through a door where the divider was and then go into the other door to go into the other room. And they could go back and forth as many times as they wanted, and they had to find the differences between the two rooms, even though they were both living rooms, both set up exactly the same furniture, but there were 8 differences. And so then they had to come back to their podium and they had to put their guess of how many differences and lock it in. So Kelly comes out and she locks in 7.
Adrian locks in 6.
And then Will locks in 16. That number. But then Julie comes on because it's a live episode on Thursday. She comes on and says, yep, it is. There are 8 differences. So Kelly is our winner. She gets herself off the block yet again. And so Will and, I was going to say Zach. Will and Adrian are on the block. So then we go to a commercial, we come back, and they both get to give their one last chance speech to sway votes. First of all, once they find out Kelly wins, they have a few minutes to strategize. So what do we see? We see Adrian pulling Keanu, who he has set up and down all week. I'm not working with him. I don't want to work with him. Trying to pull him in to gain his vote to stay. So in the end, he did vote for Will. Keanu voted for Will to lead.
Yeah, he did.
So he did vote to keep Adrian. Adrian. So anyway, they quickly go and do their speeches that they want to, sway the voters. And Will gets up there, starts to talk, and gets terribly emotional, turns around, he's crying, and then he didn't say anything about himself. All he was saying was, this is a good guy, you got to keep him. Right. And then Adrian gets up and says, yes, please keep me. I want to do this for my family. I don't want to disappoint my family. And then they vote Adrian out.
Yeah, 8-4 was the vote final.
Yeah. So Adrian's gone. Will gets to stay. And usually they used to start the head of household competitions on eviction nights, but they haven't done that yet this season. So we'll find out then Sunday who gets the new HOH, unless you watch the live feeds, then you can see it.
Right, because tomorrow there won't be an Unlocked.
Nope,
that's every other week.
Yep, every other Friday is the Big Brother Unlocked with Derek and Taylor.
Right.
And that was a pretty good episode. I liked it.
Nice. Yeah, I'm listening to a podcast called Bachelor Party, and Taylor is a co-host of that podcast. Nice. Yeah. So I had been listening to it anyways, and then they came on and said that she was on Unlocked, and I was like, oh, I've already at least have that connection with her since I haven't seen her season. So
and she's a girl from Michigan. Yay.
Yeah. So that was week 3 of Big
Yes.
Brother.
You're still in love with it. You still love it?
Yeah, yeah. It's I'm hoping someone good gets head of household next
Yes.
week.
I want Keanu to get it. That would be amazing if he
Yeah,
got it. That would be so cool. Because then things will change. It will be different.
right.
Somebody who keeps getting nominated, or Kelly even. If Kelly gets HOH,
I feel like she'd be an agent of chaos.
oh yes, you would.
Yeah.
Building that resume.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, it's very interesting. I think somebody new's got to win. Somebody different that's gonna stir up the house.
Yeah, someone who's like,
Not
you
afraid.
gotta do stuff. You gotta, yeah, I agree.
I mean, what do you think Vince would do if he got it again? Because he's got all these final twos with everybody. Now what is he gonna do? I'm wondering if he's throwing HOHs too.
I mean, he might. I think honestly, throwing HOHs is a good strategy.
Right?
It's so much pressure. It's so
Oh
much
yeah.
easier, I feel like, to ride in the middle and have your social
Yeah,
game be like Vince's, where you're like with everyone.
exactly. Because a lot of times floaters is what they call them,
Hmm.
and like Kat and Riley are just floating in
Floating.
there, but eventually they're gonna have to come and do something. So
Right.
anyway, do you have any stitching to talk about? Or
Not really.
we did. What other shows are we gonna talk about? Other shows
Oh,
that you've been
sure.
watching?
Yeah. I
You
mean,
mentioned Destination X.
yeah, I've been watching Destination X. Well, I finished it today. I cried during the finale.
Don't
So,
tell me.
yeah,
Oh.
no spoilers. But I definitely recommend watching it. That host is wonderful.
Yeah.
Jeffrey something or other. I
Oh
really like
yes,
him.
yes.
Um,
Yeah, that's a really cool show. It's a different concept, and they basically blindfold a bus full of people and they take them all around Europe, and you don't know where you are. And when you go out, you put goggles on so you can't see where you're going, and you play games, and you get clues, and you try to figure out where you are, and then you guess, and you put your destination where you guess that you are, and the person that's the furthest away leaves. And it's really interesting. And then they had some special things that happened and new people that came on, in a few weeks. So it's a really good show.
yeah, I definitely recommend it. And then and it's fully aired now, so you can like binge it
Binge
if
it.
that's how you
Absolutely.
watch TV.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then I am keeping up with Bachelor in Paradise
I
as
tried
well.
to watch an episode of that. And I don't know anybody because I haven't watched The Bachelor or Bachelorette or The Golden Bachelor, Golden Bed since Chris Harrison stopped hosting.
Oh, sure.
I haven't
Yeah.
watched it, so I don't know anybody, you
Yeah,
know.
that's fair.
Yeah, maybe I'll binge it sometime.
Yeah, I mean, I knew like a handful of the newer people because I watched the last couple of seasons,
Right.
and they've got a lot of people from the newer season, like the
Yeah.
most recent season. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, I like watching it on Mondays, so that's what I
Yeah.
do on Monday nights.
And I've been watching, not this week because I haven't been home. I've been at the quilting retreat. I've been watching before that, The Housewives started a couple new seasons, and then I went and tried to start Dallas from the beginning, The Real Housewives of Dallas, because I
Okay.
hadn't really watched that, branch of the Bravo tree.
Yeah.
So I started watching some of those episodes because some of those girls have been on other shows. I know another one I watched, Love Hotel, I think it's called.
Okay.
They took four people who were housewives. They took Shannon Bedore, who was Beverly Hills. Um, oh, what is her name now? It's just escaping me. The Countess. Oh, she was from the Real Housewives of New York.
I'm not
Oh, what is
familiar with that.
Louisiana, and then Giselle and Ashley, who were from the Real Housewives of Potomac. And so the four of them check into a hotel. They're all single now, And it's basically like a bachelor type show. They have men come on and they date multiple men. All four women have the choice of all the men. If they want them to stay, they'll give them a key to the hotel so they can stay. And they go on dates, and it's very much like The Bachelor, but it was trying to get them dates, right? Well, at the end, I don't know if there's winners. It's just if they want to stay with that thing and they ride off into the sunset together, whatever. But then you see that was done filming, and now they're filming The Real Housewives of um Beverly Hills. That's the one that Shannon Bedore's on, right? Or is that Orange County?
I have no idea.
I think it's Orange County. Whichever one Shannon's on. Yes, because that's the one Vicky was on, and that was the original Orange County. Yes, it's Real Housewives of Orange County. Anyway, they show her talking about the dates that she went on the show. The guy that she picked kicked him to the curb, and she's still going out on dates with the other contestants that were on there. And he brings some of them to the events that she goes to on the show. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
They're doing a tie-in. Those guys are trying to get their 5 minutes of fame, you know.
Sure.
So I watched that, and what else did I watch? I think that's all the reality stuff I've watched. This week I haven't really seen a whole lot.
Well, that's right, because you've been quilting.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Okay, so this was so fun. If you are not familiar with the Happy Little Stitch Shop, it is in New Glarus, Wisconsin, which is just south of Madison. And Angela is the owner and her family. It is a little family run business that they've done online for about 5 years. And they decided last year to open a brick and mortar. And it's mostly quilting stuff, but she does have some cross stitch and crochet and that type of thing. But she's a huge Lori Holt fan. So for the past 3 or 4 years, part of the Happy Little Stitch Shop, they had a Stitchin' with Lori club that you could join. It starts in January. You pay $25 for the whole year and you're a member. We have monthly meetings, virtual meetings. You get special discounts on Lori's cross stitch and quilting supplies. And we host this retreat, or we can attend a retreat. So this is the third one. The first one was out in Utah 2 years ago, where Lori Holt is from, and she was actually at the retreat for 2 days with people. It was awesome. But I didn't go. So then last year in April was the first time they had it at Madison. Lori was there on the big screen TV, so we got to talk to her. This year again, it was in Madison at the Monona Terrace, and the Hilton hotels attached to that. It was amazing. So, most of the time it's free sewing, but we did have a pajama party on Tuesday night. We all dressed up in our pajamas. Some people made pajamas out of Lori Holt fabric. We had a bowling with a jelly roll, and if you're not familiar, jelly rolls are 2.5 inch strips that are the width of fabric, which is usually 44 inches. So these come in a little roll, and they're called a jelly roll. Well, we did a jelly roll bowl off, and so we bowled with these rolls. So fun, and we had winners that you get so many points by how far you can roll it. So then when we were done with that, we played strip poker with our strips of fabric, and it was hilarious. And everybody gets 10 cards, and they'll say the highest jack or the highest red card. And so then everybody, like that card game War, I declare war, and you turn a thing over.
Yeah.
We did that, and then whoever has the highest red card gets to draw 3 cards.
Fun.
Well, instead of making it like maybe 2 people have aces that are red aces, a heart and a diamond, so they're both going to be grabbing at the same time. That's how we played last year. It was like more cutthroat. This year, if you had that, then you had a strip off. And you take your no. Somebody else who was our stripper provider She would come over with a deck of cards, and the two people in the strip off would then draw another card, and the highest or lowest, whatever, would get their choice. And you just draw 3 strips at a time. Every jelly roll pretty much has 40 strips in it. So by the time you get 40 in your new pile, you're out. So it's fun in the quilting world. There are fabric lines that come out by the designers. So everyone sitting at the table, and there might have been 7 people, all brought a different jelly roll. So it's all different lines of fabric. So when you go home with all different kinds of Lori Holt fabric. Excuse me. So last year when I played, I got a ton of them. So I made during the day on Tuesday while I was there, I stripped. I sewed a bunch of them together and then put it on those composition notebooks. I made a notebook cover.
That's cool.
And then I gave them away to Angela, who hosts it, to my 2 table mates. If you're watching, hi Judy, hi Marcia. And then I gave one to my buddy. And at the retreat on the first day, you get a quilt square and you find the person who has a matching quilt square, and you guys are buddies. And you exchange a quilt block that you've made. And then throughout the weekend or week, it was during the week, you just give little gifts to each other. Well, I made one of those little notebook covers also and gave to her. So
That's
it's
so cool.
fun. It's a lot of fun. So we're looking forward to doing it again next year. It will probably be sometime in November. So last year was in April. Now it was in July. Next year it's going to be in November. So it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
So what have you been up to other than watching Destination X and Big Brother? No stitching?
Nothing. No, not done much stitching. I haven't done. I've just worked a lot.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of
that-
work this week.
And it's that time of year too. It's summertime. You go out and do things more. Usually I get more stuff done in the winter when you're kind of hunkered down in your house and not out doing fun things in the sun and
Yeah, I went to a German fest on Saturday. I went to the Ren Fair on Sunday.
yeah, so you've been out and about.
Had a big weekend. Had something every day this weekend, so I
Yeah.
I was exhausted, getting
Yes.
home. I've like had to recover all week, it feels like.
Yeah, so that's kind of gonna be me all weekend, but I gotta get project bags. So
Oh my gosh,
I
yeah.
got lots of them to be done by October because I'm going to the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher Magazine retreat in Branson, Missouri as a project bag vendor. I'm excited.
Yeah.
So I want to take a lot, and I've looked. There's so many very talented quilters come to this retreat. Like it's amazing some of the stuff that they make. And
Hmm.
we have a big show and tell. Everybody gets to show what they made over the year. Well, there's a lot of people who made different kinds of like project bags that you can make.
Hmm.
Some that have the flat bottom with the vinyl on it and a handle. I'm like, oh, let me make some of those. So I'm going to mix it up and make a few different kinds of bags and kinds of things, notebook covers and all that to have at my vendor spot.
Oh.
Yeah, and those tags, they sold them at Stitch
Oh yeah, the name tag.
yeah, and they wanted $35 for those. That's insane. So I'm not charging that much for them. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I have no idea how margins in business work.
Yeah, no. I mean, the people aren't going to want to pay that much for it, I don't think. I don't know. They may have sold a bunch at StitchCon. I don't know. I didn't look to see how many sold, but I made them as table gifts for my table mates at StitchCon, the ones I make. And they're a little bit different than the ones that were in the annex, but I'm like, okay, what would you guys pay for these? I have no idea how much to price them. And they're all like, oh, at least $20. I was like, okay, I didn't think that, but if people are willing to pay that,
I mean, yeah, you deserve to be paid for
I
your
know,
artistry.
I
Yeah.
know. But those notebook covers,
Yeah, those two.
composition notebooks, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, I bought a case today at Walmart. They're
Nice.
38 cents a piece. So the box has like 30 in them. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, I might have to stop at Walmart at home too before this back to school sales are done.
Oh sure, yeah.
Yeah, because these covers are so easy to make, so quick.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to just making some few different things to have with my vinyl front and my fabric project bags.
Nice. We have 2 full months.
Yes,
You know,
I need to get sewing.
August is tomorrow.
I know. Can you believe it already?
No, I
Summer's
can't.
2/3 of the way done.
It should be January.
Mm.
Well, maybe not.
No, because then I have that white stuff. And I don't even want to say the S word. You know, I don't like winter.
I don't either, and it was awful in Wisconsin. It was terrible. The winter was terrible. I honestly don't want to do it again. But
You know, I'm probably gonna jinx it, but we did not have that bad. I didn't have to pay to have my driveway plowed at all last winter.
it was just
Actually, the
so
past
cold.
2 winters.
Yeah.
Pretty lucky. Pretty lucky. Now watch this feet of snow. Feet
Feet of snow.
of snow. And I don't like it. I want to move south, but I don't know.
Well, I hope that you have a good trip back to Michigan tomorrow.
Yep, I have a friend from high school. Hi, Dave, if you're watching. They live in Kenosha.
Oh, okay.
So that's right on my way home. And
Yeah.
so when I posted where I was, Danny got on my Facebook and said, "Stop by my house on your way home." So
Yeah.
when I leave here tomorrow morning, I'm gonna go to Kenosha and maybe go to the lake, and they're going to a fish fry. So I'm gonna go to a Friday night fish fry with my friend Danny. So
That'd be fun.
yeah, I haven't been to her place, so she's invited me several times, and their camper's probably in their driveway, and I'll probably just hang out in their camper. Usually my friend Chris is with me,
Mhm.
and when we go, we met them in a hotel in Kenosha, and we played euchre. That's our thing. We play euchre. And it's
Mhm.
usually me and Danny against Chris and Bobby,
Mhm.
and we beat them all the time. So Chris isn't going to be with me to like have a rematch, but
Right.
it's a lot of fun. One time they came and we went to a little local bar in Eaton Rapids called AB's. And I said, I got cards in my purse. Let's play. We're playing right there in the bar. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah, do you know how to play euchre?
No.
It's a Michigan thing, I think.
Yeah, never
It's a
heard
Michigan. Oh my God. It's fun. Have you ever played spades?
No.
Okay. It's not really the same. There's obviously 4 suits in a deck of cards.
Mhm.
And the jack of whatever suit is trump. The 2 jacks of the reds or the blacks are the high cards.
Okay.
And you try to take tricks from, and it's awesome. It's so fun. I love
Cool.
it. I love it. My dad and mom and brother and I, we used to play all the time. It's fun.
Nice.
But anyway, anything else to share?
No, I think that wraps it up.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up. Keep your stitches tight.
And your alliance is tighter.
And we'll see